9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Happy Friday. Oh my gosh. I'm like happy it's Friday, but it's been feeling like Friday since Monday. I don't know. It's a very weird thing. I don't know because it's Thanksgiving coming up or all that good stuff. But my name is TK Trinidad. Welcome to WWT Live, the Friday edition. Let us know in the chat where you are coming from. If you are like what state, what city, all that good stuff. I was gonna say our Snapchats. That's funny. Oh my gosh, I just lost my total head. Oh, our super chats are open. So for more than $2, what up, our producer from our future, Dylan? For more than $2 or more, you can ask Ced what he does in the streets. You can help Will get his VPN. And speaking of VPNs, for my WWT family, you go to nordvpn.com. You put in WWT, the code, and you get 75% off for VPN. So it's a really, really good deal. So go and do all that. You can watch all the wrestling. We have a good wrestling lineup coming up in the next 2 weeks, including tomorrow. However, today we're going to talk the latest and greatest of news for wrestling. And I am not alone. Man, I'll tell you, it's been a long day, but a long week for Victoria. I'm going to let her tell it, but she is joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. We are at the end of the last week of me doing double duty at work, so I'll be around more.
There it is. And speaking of somebody doing double and triple duty out in the streets, the mayor. I didn't know if he's gonna play his video or not.
Say his name and he appears. I believe it.
Said. What do you do?
I don't know why I can't. This new setup here is throwing me off. Like it's not playing I'm not getting the feedback. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna extend gratitude on this lovely Friday. Happy CEO Fridays to all who celebrate, including UTK. You mentioned Snapchat. I guess you like expiring messages for reasons we will not describe on this family show, but you can put 2 and 2 together.
Look, for y'all who like making money on social media, Snapchat is paying money right now. So you definitely need to get back on that app if you haven't been on it. Just saying.
I'm an adult.
Just saying.
I don't use Snapchat, but yeah. For y'all who do, I don't judge. It is what
adults
it is.
use Snapchat now. It's not what you
that.
think. It's usually the people who are older who think it's for younger, but that's not the case anymore.
I'm very much older. Very much
well,
so.
You know, you want to leave the money on the table and stay in the streets, then stay in the streets.
I'm not hurting. I ain't hurting.
Yeah, because you've been on the streets. It's okay. I completely understand. It's fine.
You're supposed to be a better Christian woman. You are judging me right now.
I am not judging you. Said you can stay in the streets all you want. And this is actually a perfect thing to talk about. Speaking of streets. Well, not streets, more streets for Ced, but congratulations to one of Ced's clients, Mercedes Monet. She becomes the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World TV Champion.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. It's always bad when he says he'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. So congratulations to Mercedes. I had a bit of a for y'all who know, like I am a fan of Red Velvet and her career, and I didn't necessarily agree with this move. And full disclosure, I actually hit up Red and I was like, I am highly disappointed with everything that happened. But shout out to her for calming me down about her losing her title. I'm not gonna tell you what she said and all that stuff, but like when I tell you she's a good person, she is a good person because she calmed me down about her losing her title, which is, you know, I guess it's, you know, very Christian of her. What do you got to say? We'll start with you, Ced, about your client winning. It's official 13 now, correct?
It's belt to ass. That's what I told y'all Wednesday. Belt to ass. That's all I gotta say. I don't know why y'all come in here disrespecting my client. The party isn't here, and I'm glad TK has finally put some parameters around here from the non-AEW people who pretend to be AEW people here. But you're gonna stop disrespecting my client worldwide, and it ain't Titus. Belt to ass. Championships on multiple continents.
Mm-hmm.
And we bringing back another one tomorrow. That's a spoiler. But I mean, I don't know what you guys expect. This is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. It's unquestioned.
Not according to ESPN, who says Becky Lynch is.
Oh,
we love what Becky's doing. We love what Becky's doing a lot. But this is where I'll cut TK off because she's going to say the article this, the article that. The article that you guys will see will showcase how Mercedes has made more stars than anybody else in women's wrestling history. That's
okay. And when is this article coming out?
You know, I'm in the spirit of giving. There's a giving holiday coming up, so you put 2 and 2 together. You know.
All right. So, actually, Victoria, did you get a chance to see this match and your feelings? Because you haven't been on for a while and you've been working on that stuff. I have voiced my concern, and it's not as much of a concern. I was just more concerned where ROH is concerned and not overall. Before I was kind of like, okay, well, how's this going to play out overall? And, you know, Ced did make a beautiful point about a week ago, how this is beneficial to women's wrestling. So what is your thoughts on the belt collector?
I mean, you can only carry so many belts. And my only problem is that at some point she needs to use them to start highlighting other talent. The people who take these belts off of her are the people who are like, you know, like that's the giving back of this whole pro wrestling world. She should start like giving them back. And when it comes to ROH, I mean, I'm a little concerned about them overall. I feel like I listened to the full Tony Khan interview he did with Ari, and he doesn't really seem to have strong plans or feelings or like direction for that, which could be a wonderful feeder system for him. Like when he bought it, I thought, oh, this is like your NXT. This is your feeder to make people. Mm-hmm. And instead of that, I feel like he kind of steals stuff from them a lot. So, you know, maybe there's some long-term story planning with all these belts that we're going to get to. But right now, it feels like instead of highlighting other women, we are just collecting everything for ourselves. And what's the point of that?
It really bothers me when people say that because it seems like there's just an unwillingness to see the greater picture. She's not collecting anything. These people are calling her and saying, would you come to this platform? The woman that she just defeated last weekend, she was actually inspired to wrestle by, not Mercedes, by Sasha Banks over a decade ago. And she got to wrestle her childhood hero. These are people that would not otherwise get spotlighted unless Mercedes wanted to go there. Not to mention how many people she turns down. We got to think about how many promotions that are, let's say they're the A show, B show in their respective countries that she's like, hey, I don't want to go there. I want to give this woman a spotlight because I got my eye on her. You got to remember, Stephanie McCurry didn't get the call until that match with Mercedes. And I wouldn't even say that match we saw a year or so ago was the best one. I think the one me and TK saw in Long Beach 2 years ago at New Japan Resurrection was a way better match with Mercedes that they had in the first round. This is the spotlight that it is. It's literally the tide that raises all ships. She's going from continent to continent with this ridiculous travel schedule that she doesn't have to do because she gets paid a boatload of money in AEW. We don't know what her going rate is or if she's doing anything. It might just be out of a labor of love. That's what I'm looking at it as. She's raising the gates of all these promotions. They're getting their highest ticket prices. So the rhetoric when she left WWE that she wasn't a draw, that's debunked completely because these people are showing up at these smaller venues just to see Mercedes. Now, what happens from here while she's elevating these different superstars and these very small promotions across the globe is the fall off. And literally the fall off happens in 2026, whether she relinquishes all the belts at one time or if gradually she starts losing one by one just to get the big one in AEW. That's the story here. It's such a labor of love, not just to her character work and what she's doing, but to women's wrestling as a whole. Because all these ladies are going to be better off for her. Look at Persephone and CMLL. They're already saying that match was the greatest match she's had with Mercedes just like a month or two ago. So I can see the bigger picture and say like, hey, if she loses to Chris Statlander tomorrow, okay, the ego part of it. It's like, hey, I can collect these belts off the Gold Globe. I can't win the big one. She starts to lose belt time after time again until she wins the big one at All Out next year. But like, literally, Mercedes can stop wrestling today, and her legacy is stamped. There will never be another woman. I mean, the blueprint's laid now for people to actually do this same type of thing. But I don't think everybody will have. Shout out to Fake TK. I don't think everybody will have the bandwidth or the ability to say like, hey, I'm going to go across the world to all these promotions and have that leeway from whoever their boss is.
Right.
She said, hey, I don't want to just be in AEW. I want to spotlight everybody around the world. And Tony gave her the ability to do that. I don't think that's going to be afforded to that many people, if I'm being honest. But it's just cool to see.
Right. I agree with you up to the ROH point. And we will see. And of course, like I said at the beginning, I have personal, like, you know, I am a Red Velvet fan. So we will see more if this win if this win is going to benefit ROH, meaning that people are going to get behind the paywall. Because the thing is, it's one thing if she's going to other small promotions, but now it's almost like the Fake TK needs to take care of home, and home is AEW and ROH. So what happens next as far as do people now pay to see Mercedes behind the ROH wall? I don't know, because you can see her on AEW on television. So will that benefit ROH? That's one thing. Did you take the strap off of Red? Just like what's the reasoning behind it? I get the other promotions all over the world and all this other stuff, but home wise, are you developing the story for that? Or is she just gonna, you know, hold on to the belt and then, you know, there's no story for whoever she drops it to? Like Athena, it's like Athena. Like, who is Athena? She's like 1,000+ days. Shout to her. She's also creating a legacy. But what happens after when she drops? Is there a story? Because to be honest, as far as the women are concerned, if Athena drops and there's no built-up story, do you really, really want to watch ROH? And now, you know, there's more of a drop-off.
Dylan brings up an interesting point. I would laugh if Mercedes refuses to defend behind the paywall. What if Mercedes eliminates the paywall just by her gravity? Then what?
Well, that would be great.
Wouldn't that be a big thing? If like, hey, I don't want people to have to pay to see me wrestle. Now we have no more paywall. Are we going to give Mercedes her flowers then if that's the case? Like, what does it take?
I definitely agree. I would love more people to see ROH. Like, I paid for the membership. I mean, I also write. No, that's not even it. Just for my, here's the tip for my folks who want to watch everything in wrestling. Go and get yourself a DBA. Go and get the memberships, and then you can just write it off on your taxes. I decided to write that off on my taxes. So I have the year membership for ROH. However, like, I hope that happens. I want everybody, because I think ROH is a really good product. I hope if Mercedes having this, now nobody has to pay the $9.99 a month to watch ROH. They can watch it as they will on whatever platform. That would be great. Do I see that happening? I don't think so. I hope so. I want to be able to eat my words, but it Fake TK couldn't do it. How long has he had ROH? Like 3 years? It couldn't be done right in all this time. And again, you could see Mercedes on AEW. I don't know, as far as a business investment, how that would make sense. But I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't know everything because, you know, I'm not living in a mansion in California. So, like, prove me. I want to be proven.
Don't tell those lies, TK. Don't tell those lies here. You don't play coy. And I would argue I would argue that it will bring more viewership to Ring of Honor, which is why it was done, paywall or not, because Mercedes brings more viewership to New Japan. And I can say that because I was just at the show earlier this summer. People were there to see Mercedes in the main event. Nothing more.
I agree. I agree to everything else, all the other promotions. I just don't know if it's going to bring money or people will pay for that $9.99 to see Mercedes when they can see her on AEW.
Let's play devil's advocate. What if Ring of Honor is just a sunken cost? What if it was just a bad investment from the jump?
Then people are going to be losing their jobs, and I don't want people to lose their jobs.
But not like from Fake TK standpoint as a business person, what if he's trying to do all these things behind the scenes that we'll never know because we're not in those rooms? What if he's throwing the darts at the board and like nothing's really sticking? Because I mean, remember the power struggle for Ring of Honor in the beginning? Like WWE kind of had their hands on it or looking at it, but then he went snap, jumped in and took it. What if it's just one of those things where that library and that the history of what if the juice just isn't worth the squeeze and he's trying to do everything to salvage it? And it's like, we're looking at it from one lens, but maybe it's just not a brand that is relevant in today's world.
Yes and no. So here's the thing, right? So you have to get behind the paywall to pay for this. Now, if Mercedes having the title now changes that and people are going to want to pay the $9.99 a month, which I don't think so, but I might be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Then it's like you're not getting a return on your investment. Then a couple of things could happen. Either open it up to something like YouTube or whatever, and people now you're getting paid through the ads, which might be the equivalent of I think more people will watch because now there's longevity and it's there. You can see it when you want to see it, and now you're getting the ad revenue from Google Ads, like because you have and we'll talk about it. You have AAA on YouTube this Saturday. That you can watch on YouTube. And it was like we watched it earlier this summer, and it was like the most amount of people that watched AAA on YouTube ever. So it's just kind of one of those things that if you're not making that, like I almost would say, like, okay, for the next 3 months, you guys can watch ROH for free on YouTube. And I would do an A and B analysis where you see how much money you make on YouTube, and then you see how much money you're making behind the paywall. Because then that, like, I'll test that again. I want to be wrong. However, I just don't see people paying $9.99 when they could see Mercedes for free on Wednesday and Fridays. Like I just don't see it.
I think it's a valid question though about how long. I mean, like, and like you said, like she had this big impact on New Japan, but like some of these smaller promotions, when you can't say you have Mercedes Moné every month, how does that longevity wise impact any of them? But especially RH, because it is supposed to be the partner brand, right? And they still don't have a TV deal, and they're still behind the paywall. And if they're going to be a part of this like package, it sounded like at one point Tony Khan really wanted them to be part of the package of AEW, right? Like there was rumors he was shopping around ROH to CW. There was rumors that he was trying to bundle them at some point, maybe. It sounds like he's kind of given up a little bit on all of that. Even when he talks about them, he's kind of like, yeah, well, and they were so good. I mean, like you can think back at ROH at certain points where they were putting out phenomenal matches. They were like better than I would even say some of the other like promotions that had TV at that point. And so like they have such great potential, and I want to see, like, I think my hope when they were bought was that they would reach that potential. And I think sometimes it feels like they're just being used like as a little kid next to AEW personally. And that's bigger than Mercedes Moné and the Spell. That's just a personal opinion on how I grieve ROH not doing as well as I think they could.
I agree with that. It's definitely something he can improve upon. And I like that a lot of media and journalists do ask these questions at the scrums and things in concern of ROH. And I feel like I want to say that it takes time, but if anybody in the chat knows how long ROH has been under his leadership, then it's fair to question, like, what's the end game here? Like, when do you cut bait? or when do you just realize like, hey, maybe I'm not the best voice for this brand? And a lot of things is a lot of things are like, hey, I'm doing it so this brand or this company can't get their hands on it type thing. That's unfortunately the world we live in right now.
Well, fortunately, the world we do live in is this amazing individual has decided to join us on this very rainy Friday afternoon in Los Angeles. But we're so thankful that he is here. The councilman, the most esteemed member of council, the councilman himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, have no fear. Your councilman is here, ready to answer any of the hard-hitting questions on today's.
Was that tissue paper or money or what? What was
these
that?
are brown euros. They don't show y'all these. It's so exclusive. There's no print on them. You got to have specific glasses to see the print. These are $5. These are 20. And then I don't have any 50 ones. Only Mercedes Monet has those. Got to have 13 belts to see those types.
I'm proud of you, TK. That was a very honorable and respectful introduction you gave to our councilman. I just hope I can achieve that one day, you know?
Before we move on, and we have been talking about this a lot, but I think this is definitely an interesting topic. Councilman, do you have anything to say? We were just kind of discussing, you know, I was agreeing with Ced as far as it's helping smaller promotions, but as far as Mercedes becoming the women's world TV champion for ROH, I don't necessarily know if that was the right move to begin with. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't think there's a move for the ROH thing, if we're being honest. If Red Velvet won, what would that have done? Was that going to be the end-all thing to now get ROH to get noticed?
Right. Well, I don't think Mercedes should have been the interim champion to begin with. That was my thing. It's like you already had her and Athena going for the tag teams, and that didn't work out. They can revisit that, but I don't think she should have been the interim champion. Because this is exactly what happened when she became the interim champion. I think everybody knew, okay, well, when Red comes back, she's gonna be like, you know, there was maybe a 1% hope that, oh, well, maybe she'll beat her. But if nobody else in AEW or ROH has beaten Mercedes except for Toni Storm, like, no offense to Red, I don't think she's in the pecking order according to the fake TK. So I don't think it was a good move for her to be the interim champion at all. Because now we'll see what happens.
I mean, we do see what happens, but I think too, you also had these possibilities of, since Athena and them didn't work out, who dethrones Athena?
And this is where we are with Mercedes.
But now think about that. You have that where you have two of the most dominating women in that into the entire company now going head to head, and you start talking about Ring of Honor a little bit more. So you see what I'm saying? And given Red Velvet, it just kind of goes like, okay, what now pushes the needle with that? See, like right now, how we're talking about Ring of Honor even more because she has that belt. We're mentioning it now. We're saying that it may be a controversial thing, but we're now talking about Ring of Honor and talking about the possibilities of what may happen with Ring of Honor. And you took two of the most successful women in that company, and as well too as successful Black women in that company. If you build it right, you could do something dope. Like you said,
go back to that sentence. Say that sentence again.
Yeah, if you build it right, it'll happen. Like Victoria just said, like they don't have a TV deal. That could get you a TV deal. And your first one for TV is Athena versus Mercedes Moné. Title versus title. Even if Mercedes drops it, that still shows you where everything could be at for Ring of Honor. But that's if Fake TK knows what he's doing. And then to
Right.
Cedric's point too of what they're gonna do, it just really shows like it seems like it's cheaper to keep them than it is for you to give it up.
Right. Well, I
Because-
mean, you always have things with businesses. You can the good thing with having multiple businesses, even if one is not doing well, that could just be a write-off. So he might be losing money, but tax-wise, it might offset his other businesses. Another person, as far as women wrestlers, Anna Jay, allegedly her AEW contract is believed to be expiring soon. Do we think? I mean, do we think that she's going to stay? Do you think that she's going to go? What do you think the play is for Anna Jay? We'll start with you, Sid.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I think we're maybe jumping to conclusions. We don't know if there's negotiations happening behind closed doors, things like that. She's one of the originals. I can't envision her jumping to another brand per se. So I feel like she would end up staying. I think just the dollars have to make sense for TK, but she's doing work in that women's division. I mean, was just in the tag team tournament with Tay. They got something going. I don't see TK letting her go that easily.
Thoughts, Victoria?
I could see that. I kind of agree with you. I don't think she's going anywhere. I think if anything, she's not going to like the number and she's going to try to go to the independent and see what she can do there. But I don't see her jumping to go somewhere else per se. But I don't know. Like, they have a lot of women, but are they utilizing those women in the proper spots? And if I am looking like I could be used kind of willy-nilly, or I could like bet on myself and go make some money on the independents, I could see her going either way depending on what the number is. But I don't think she's going to like NXT or WWE. I think she'd go to independents.
Will?
She better keep her ass where she at. Where she better. I don't see her doing independent stuff. I don't see her doing anything. I think she's built something there that does still need to be seen. Because just like y'all said, there are a lot of women there. Mm-hmm. And who I can't forget their name. I keep forgetting their names. The two that walked out and left because of how they weren't booked.
Nixon Newell and Miranda.
Yeah, I think so. But those two, like how they just like threw out about like booking. Anna's booked every week. You're on TV every week. So out of everyone that isn't getting any kind of TV time or really getting any progression, you are at least included in this on the time-to-time basis. And has she ever been like a singles champ yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think it's that time for her to just leave. When I see Anna, I think of one of those of like the independent circuit would be cool, but I don't think she'd be able to work it the way others do. I think she is one of those like you need to be in kind of like a big company for you to grow. And I think AEW, she's just kind of getting started there. So it's like I could see Anna Jay like have a dope TBS run. I could see Anna Jay like in a couple of years, like in the right storyline, AEW Women's Champion. Once some of these bigger names have like either left or kind of like fall to the backside.
I mean, I could see her on the independent circuit if she wants to. I think she's yes, WWE carries a little bit more weight, but former AEW talent carries weight as well. So, if she wants to make that run, I definitely see her making a run on the independent scene. But we'll see what happens. There can be negotiations coming, but we'll see. Now, speaking of negotiations, there has been a bid, or as far as a bid, several companies submit bids to buy AEW's TV partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery. So this is going to be very interesting how this all kind of plays out. It just seems like AEW just can't find their like place. It's like WWE gets these contracts in there for a couple of years, and it's kind of laid out and put together. But AEW, they do get these contracts, but it just kind of seems like it's on shaky ground. So Will, any thoughts on this? And is there any concern? Like, do you think AEW will be around in the next 10 years?
I think so. I think it's been so long since we seen another company be big. If you think back at the time, and we actually you can't, because we weren't even, I think, born yet. But where was WWE its first 5 to 6 years? I'm sure it was trying to find its placement, trying to find where the right things were, taking over people's territories. WCW, it got big because of the rivalry between Ted Turner and Vince McMahon. So again, we've never got to see okay, what does another company that could be as big as WWE have to go through? And these are the growing pains that it's trying to figure out. Hey, where do we land where the WWE staple isn't already there, or where they're not already waiting to jump into? And so it just takes time. But I think with some of the stuff that they're doing, some of the decisions they're making, you're gonna have some good ones, you're gonna have some bad decisions, but I want to believe that they will find that placement just because of you are the alternative to what fans want to see. Because I'm saying this, I'm enjoying their programming a lot more than I'm enjoying WWE's programming. It's a lot more unpredictable than what I'm seeing on WWE's product. I'm predicting what's happening there way more than I am with AEW. So I'm choosing to believe that they will be able to stick around. They will be able to be here. And if fake TK can't hack it, hopefully someone sees it like a TKO that's same and similar and go, hey, let's buy it and make this our product. But they've built something to where there is value to it now.
Right. Thoughts, Victoria?
I will say, I go in and out of AEW. I will say I thoroughly enjoyed Blood and Guts. Very much, especially the women's Blood and Guts match. Really loved it. Thought it was great. Thought I had great storytelling. Thought I had great moments in it. Hats off to those women and the people who put together that match, because it kept me engaged the entire time and really interested. With that, I think that fake TK is sometimes his worst enemy. I think he has gotten into a better flow, but I think at some point, part of growing this is going to be able to understand you don't know everything you don't know. And I don't know how willing he will be to do those things. And that's my one concern. I think that he has a lot of money. He could keep this thing going for a very long time, but to make it truly a competitor, sometimes you have to let go of the reins, right? WCW, as much as Eric Bischoff annoys me a lot to this day, and sometimes the show annoys me, he was able to take it to the next level as the outside person coming in who kind of pushed a little bit farther. And at some point, I think AEW needs that also, but I don't know if Tony Khan will be wise enough to know that. And I don't want them to go away. I want wrestlers to have a lot of options, and I want to be able to flip back and forth between multiple shows to get different things on each show.
Said?
I don't think it'll be gone anywhere. I think there's enough money. Even if you're losing money right now, you're pulling in money from the Jags and all these other investment companies they have, where they can keep AEW afloat as long as they need. Now, will they have to trim their roster down at certain points? Probably so. That's where maybe we're seeing the evaluation period, stuff like that. But it doesn't list which companies are interested. So I'm really interested. And that's where the power play comes in. It's do you want to be a copycat league and go to another streaming service? There won't be one as big as Netflix, but do you do something like that? Can you go to network television? Fox doesn't have access to WWE anymore. Do you pull that type of trigger and say hey, now we're here and more accessible for American TV viewers, just not have to have cable? There's a number of ways you can go. And I think that's where the discussion lies. How do we make this to where I think he's probably hell bent on competing with WWE, but he's doing a good job, at least from what I hear in interviews now, realizing that he has a lane. And in that lane, knowing that, hey, like, people are saying good things because our tickets are cheaper, things like that. So how do you make AEW more accessible? From a TV standpoint, is going to be the real thing that keeps them over the hump and keeps them around and in the topic of discussion. That's really what this tells me.
Yeah. And just to like bring defense to what's been going on, even the choices he's making have a lot of stuff that also don't have to do with him. Like signing that deal with like HBO Max, they're still in flux. Like they've went from HBO Max to HBO to now Warner Brothers being dumped, to where that they're having to make all of these different pivots and different moves. And now he just also his company has to unfortunately is in the middle of those flux too. So, it's not like he's found, like we said, found a staple like USA to where it's like, okay, I can stick with there. But even too, we've seen in those passes where WWE had to leave USA and had to go to Spike because that contract was up and they didn't want them no more. Same thing with SmackDown going from UPN to another place. Like, so it's always been where it's like, hey, you have to try to find a place to find your footing and stuff like that. And I think, and as long as Mayor said, like, he keeps playing it right and you start seeing other people want to get behind the product, they'll find it and then they'll land on their feet.
All right, sounds good. Well, Will, what do we have for SmackDown?
Well, you can turn them frowns upside down with a little bit of the SmackDown preview tonight. We're gonna find out who will be the final members of this clusterfuck of a women's Survivor Series War Game match. Is Charlotte in? Is Charlotte out? Why is Lash Legend here? Why is Alexa Bliss so short? We don't know, but we will find out who the last members of this women's war game is going to be. Will it be AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, who's going to steal all the thunder from it? Or will it be people who still don't make no fucking sense like the rest of the people in this match, like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky? Also, don't miss the fallout from the chaotic brawl and the conclusion of Monday Night Raw. Will it be about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, or will it be about the thing everybody's talking about? CM Punk choking the shit out of Logan Paul behind the NYPD. Who knows? But the Tribal Chief, the Beast, the Vision, Tom, Daryl from the Walmart Greeting Company, everybody gonna be there to see what's happening on SmackDown. We also got some tag team action. The Do-It-Yourself gang is taking on Fraxium. Fraxium is back as a tag team after several singles matches. It seems like when they break apart, it's better just to keep them together. It's like parents that have a kid that don't want to break up until the kid goes to college. That's why they going head-to-head tonight on the SmackDown. And we got more. The Last Time Is Now tournament. We are advancing. Penta is going to slow bop his way down the aisle tonight to take on the Prince himself, Finn Balor. Will the Judgment Day, a.k.a. the Power Ranger Henchman group, will Bulk and Skull come down and help Finn Balor take on Penta? Or will Penta overcome and advance in the Last Time Is Now tournament? We also get your umbrellas out because it's a tsunami warning coming to you. Big ass Bronson Reed is taking on him, H-I-M, Carmelo Hayes in the Last Time Is Now tournament. Will The Miz cost Carmelo Hayes his shot at facing Mr. 17 and Never Seen? Or will him overcome it all and try to take his 120-pound body with a wet shirt and rocks in his pocket to knock down Big Bronson Reed? You can find all this out tonight on SmackDown. And if you don't want to watch it alone, you can always join the Honey Night SmackDown watch along right here on WWT. Get you in some laughs, get you in some excitement, get some popcorn, and make sure you check out tonight's SmackDown.
Brava, brava, brava.
I do what I can. Thank you.
We are not worthy.
Oh, that damn! I forgot to put your music on. My bad.
Oh no! See, then I had to change the tone. I had to try to go down to the Quiet Storm DJ voice.
Well, maybe you can do that for the AEW predictions. But while you're researching that, so we have Saraya. She did an interview with the Toronto Sun, excuse me, which is, well, I'm gonna keep my opinion about the Sun to myself. Anyway, she did an interview with the Toronto Sun, and she said that she's gonna be doing training in January, which she actually mentioned in one of her interviews when she was doing the book tour. So do you foresee Saraya, do you think this is definitely going to be a WWE run? Do you think she's, getting ready for the independent scene? Where do you see Saraya ending up, or why do you think she's training? We'll start with you, Victoria.
I mean, I think someone like her with her family background, like wrestling is just a part of her life and her blood. Mm-hmm. I don't see it. I mean, I could totally be wrong. I just don't see it as a WWE run. I don't think they would, with her history, want to take a chance. With that, I could see her doing some really cool stuff in the independent. Can you imagine her, Shotzi? You have Scarlett out there right now. Like, that would be a really interesting package to sell to independent promoters of like different things they could do. And it also gives her the flexibility of life of being able to say no to things she doesn't want to do, which I think is, from what I've seen in her podcast, is very important to her. Her having control over the narrative and what she's doing seems to be important to her.
Yeah. Shout out to Bosa, Maria, and Aaron in the chat, and Eric as well. Thoughts, said?
I think a lot of what Saraya is doing right now is really trying to like end her career on her own terms. We see it a lot. When in whatever platform you're going, you're training, it's really for the love of the game and being around the business that shaped what your career was and what you loved as a child. But I think ending her career on her own terms, like we saw her get the Wembley moment at All Out, short-lived, whatever you feel about her AEW run, she absolutely raised the floor and brought more eyes to the women's division there. But just being able to kind of finish the story of Paige is, I think, something that's very tantalizing to her. And I think that's what it's for. And if we see, we're seeing Nikki Bella kind of in her career on her own terms right now. We've seen Bryan Danielson do the same thing. We're seeing AJ Lee do that same thing right now. We know that it's not going to be a short stint. This is like a legit contract she has. So there's nothing in my mind that tells me that, hey, Paige can't go here and get like a Brock Lesnar schedule where you're just doing the big four and maybe a couple appearances in between. Let's just throw a number out there, 10 dates. That's doable for her to still have balance of life and everything she wants in her other projects, but still be able to close the chapter on Paige the way she wanted to, because she had such a unfortunate injury. And if anything, I'm pretty sure the Performance Center training, doctors, medics, all that, that's probably like light years advanced than when she was actually in the company right now. So I know they know how to keep her safe. There's a lot of young talent that she doesn't necessarily have to mix it up in the ring with, but just the wisdom of being literally a teenager that grew up as an adult in the world of wrestling. She can give so much game back to the young ladies of NXT or the young ladies of Evolve.
Will?
You already know how I feel. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
I was kind of scared. You gave me some Kane vibes. I was like, what is he going to say?
No. Because again, you and Mayor know the video that you sent me. So y'all already know where I'm at about this.
The video?
It was a while ago. Because
I was like, that had to be Mayor. Like whatever.
No, that was you. That was you. I can't get the details out here live. I'll tell it when we off, but
please do, because I'm like,
okay, yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about.
That was you, TK. That was you.
That was you. Yeah. It's no, it's nothing bad. It's
nothing bad. You shed some light on some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I 100% agree with the mayor. Like, where the company is now, where she is mentally, I think she deserves to be able to have a clear run there, like he said, to end on her own terms. And you see, just like with how AJ's working, like her stuff, it's not that difficult for her to be able to come in the way that she would like, take on some of the people we would love to see. and go out the way that she wants to. I think it is a dope. I think like with a lot of them, same thing like with folks that we see like the Hardys, and a couple other people like even Chris Jericho. It's like, yo, this is where you made your stamp, and you've done so much to where, yo, you can come back to finish your career at the biggest stage. There's a lot of people that can't say that. To where like, yo, you can come back open arms and end your story the way you'd like to. And then especially with having Triple H at the helm, I think you have it a bit of an easier transition for her to either, like Mayor said, either be a helping hand or be able to call your shot and go for a title belt. Like we're getting to that Survivor Series with Nikki. So why not have the person who really put the women's division on the map? Sorry, Nikki. Also get her shot at a WWE title.
Right. I mean, I think anything is possible, and I feel like even return on investment, there's so many things that you like. We were talking about the ROH library. There's so many things that you can do after this run. So say she does sign for 10 dates. You can take her whole career that she had prior to that, plus those 10 dates, package them, and now you have something for A&E, or now you have something like a on YouTube where it's like Paige's journey. Like there's so many things that you can roll out from this finale of some sort that would make sense financially in a return on investment for WWE. That would make sense. So
think about the generation of fans, kids, young girls that don't know who Paige is, that didn't watch Fighting With My Family, and you can repurpose all that for a new set of eyes to be like, oh, I've never known about this character. Now I know it's kind of dope.
Yeah. So
and for us that do know all the potential, AJ versus Paige at WrestleMania, Paige versus Becky, Paige versus Charlotte, Paige versus Tiffy, Paige versus Stephanie McCurry. Paige goes to NXT. Paige steps foot in TNA. Like those are.
I can literally see her just being a GM. Like
that
there's
too.
So much staying power with just the character work alone.
Yeah. Like it's a. There's a lot of potential of her being there, and being able to write a lot of that stuff the way that she wants to, or even having like a tag match with AJ Lee against two other people. Like the previous generation versus two of the horsewomen. Like there's a lot, like you said, TK, return on investment on there, especially if her being back in the ring and she's in better shape than ever, which I believe she really can be, especially with the lifestyle that she's leading now and the mindset that she's at. She's at a better place. She's enjoying life a lot better. You could tell she's genuinely happy with where she's at as a person. And I would love to that and that wrestling mind that she has really be able to finish out her career strong.
There it is. Somebody who is expanding her career is Bianca Belair. She signs with CAA. I thought this already happened, but I might have been wrong. I think none of us are surprised by this. Kane did make a joke in the chat, and I probably should not even say it. It's wompable, but the fact that she signed, but nobody signs contracts anymore. So, but congratulations to her. Where do we see? Are we seeing? So she made an appearance on Bel Air. She also had, obviously, she was in Unreal. She also had the Love in WWE. So, and it's saying here,
is Bel Air back yet?
It comes out this week, November 24th.
I was I saw her on 106 in Sports like a week ago.
Yeah, and now she has about 6 million followers. So where do we see, like, what are the opportunities? I think we definitely see her in a superhero. Because is Mercedes still have that deal with Disney, or did that get dropped?
No, it's there. It's just it's Mandalorian is taking so long right now for it to happen. Like the movie doesn't come out till next year, and there still isn't no word on when the next season is coming. So it's not necessary. That's the reason why you haven't really heard too much, because she's a part of that storyline, and they're very much slow pacing Star Wars content right now.
Yeah. I don't see her. Well, you guys can answer the question. I'll start with you, Victoria. Where do you see, as far as television wise, Where would you see Bianca?
I could see her in like, I go back to superhero just because I think her presence is so, like, she just captivates, right? Like, she just has one of those presence where she could easily be like a superhero type character. I am not a big fan of that realm, so don't ask me to name a superhero. I just think she can make a really cool one.
Mhm.
And I also think she's funny though. Like, she has really great, like, just natural chops in that. So I don't know. I just keep envisioning her on Sesame Street too. And I don't know why, but I could just see her with Elmo and it being kind of adorable in my mind. Now, come on, get the vision. Think about her and Elmo talking about EST. I just could see it being really great. So I think she could be really, like, kind of step into almost those John Cena, like, person that kids can love too kind of role on television things.
Man, is Sesame Street still gonna be around though? They just cut PBS.
Well,
Nah,
it's on
Sesame-
Netflix now, right?
Yeah. See, I forgot who picked up Sesame Street, but Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. Oh, somebody saved it.
Yeah, somebody saved it. The clips are finna
Hey,
be on there.
Elmo.
You said what? Our clips are what?
The clips are about to be on Sesame Street. The rap group, the Clips.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting.
Will, thoughts on Bianca?
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Just everything Victoria said. She has it all. It's really just the direction that you want to be in. I can see her definitely inking some type of deal with Amazon, kind of like how John Cena did, where she can do a dope Christmas movie starring her, something with like jam-packed with action starring her. Probably getting man, you know what I would love to see her in? I don't know if y'all watch this guy's stuff, but have y'all seen Lioness with Zoe Saldana?
Yes.
She would be dope in the next season of Lioness. You should check that out, TK. It's a dude named Taylor Sheridan. He literally saved Paramount. I believe him and Sonic saved Paramount.
Okay.
But she could be on that type of stuff. She can make an appearance on Samuel L. Jackson's new show coming out called New Orleans King. She could be one of those. Like, it's just the sky is the limit for her. Like, there's nothing I don't think she couldn't be in that she wouldn't excel or shine bright in. I whatever she does, as long as she's on TV, go for it. Do your thing. Do whatever it is you want to do. This is your world, Bianca. We just living in it and enjoying your success.
Maria saying that she could see her Storm. I know Jade has been pitching Storm to them for a long time, so it'll be interesting who would do that. Is the Shy even still around? I thought they were wrapping up. And they're still around. They have another season. I thought they headed into their final season.
They got multiple.
Oh.
And I think a spinoff coming too.
That's actually a good call for the Shy. That would be fun to see.
Mayor, any thoughts?
Literally, what Councilman said, Bianca can do whatever she wants because she's so multi-talented. It doesn't have to be sports related. I would love a PBS stint. I would love to see her on any type of network TV. I mean, I would love to see her in the next Scary Movie reboot. I think that would be a good way to showcase those comedy chops. So, I mean, there's so much. She's had her own clothing line and jewelry line. I think bringing those things to life on a larger scale could be really cool. We've already seen a reality show. So I think just showcasing more of her outside of the ring is what's going to be a huge benefit to her. And what I think people are just going to naturally gravitate to her that don't even know that she's a wrestler.
Right. Definitely.
Put her on Traders.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good. Yo, her on Traders? Yeah. That would be dope. Also, too, just throwing this out there, she could be in John Wick's universe.
That would be a good one.
Ballerina and the rest of them. Like, I could see her going toe to toe with Keanu Reeves.
I like it. Will, dealer's choice. Do you want to do AAA or Full Gear first?
Wait, what am I? Am I giving the preview of it?
Yes, you are.
Are we? I thought it was a predictions thing.
No, but a little bit of both.
Okay.
Come on, you did so well last time. Let's see it.
That's what happens when you're so good.
I thought it was a predictions thing. That was
We can do
why.
a rundown and then we can do a little predictions.
Okay. All righty. I'm gonna do full gear. Ladies and gentlemen, get your butt into gear because this weekend is AEW's Full Gear. And just like any other one of their PLEs, there's about 1,900 matches that's going on. But I'm sure at least half of them are going to be worth the watch. Don't know how it's kicking off, but some of the matches that are included. We have a 4-way tag team match. The Babes of Wrath versus Sister Sin versus Timeless Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. Who's going to win? I don't know. What is it for? Not really sure. But if I'm betting for anybody, I'm sure you will see something magical with the Timeless Wonder and Mina Shirakawa. We also have the 1 million trios match. Is $1 million really up? Who knows? Will they get it? Not really sure. But Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, and Luchasaurus will be taking on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Not sure why. Have no idea what's going on with this story, but we already know you can be well aware. You're going to see a lot of super kicks. You're going to see a lot of finger guns, and you're going to always wonder, what does Luchasaurus look like under that mask? Then you have the boot-fitted wonder, Darby Allin, who is fresh off of a mountain, fresh off of a fire table, and getting thrown off of God knows what, taking on Pac and his Boy Meets World haircut. Which one of them are going to go out as the winner? Maybe Clubfoot takes it in and puts Pac in the coffin, or maybe Pac packs out Darby Allin along with the rest of the Death Riders and seals in the victory. Then we have a no-holds-barred match with Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. Only thing you can expect is a white V-neck, a whole bunch of crooked behavior, and one of these people, probably both of them, are going to bleed. I am predicting some dumbass object with a lot of spikes coming out of it and a fork. For some reason, a fork is going to be the highlight of this match. Then we have the Casino Gauntlet match to crown first AEW National Champion. As if they didn't have enough belts already in this place that people don't pay attention to, we're adding another one. Who's going to win in this Casino Gauntlet match to have a belt that no one's going to give a shit about? You'll find out this Saturday in the Casino Gauntlet match. Then we have Kyle Fletcher taking on Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship match. Had no idea this guy was holding the belt. Will Mark Briscoe be able to get it, or does he have more chance of getting actual teeth to fill in his entire fucking mouth? Who knows? Maybe Kyle Fletcher will kick more of them out. But you'll get to find out this Saturday at AEW's Full Gear. Then we have Brodito versus FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championship. And this is going to be brought to you and sponsored by Icy Hot, because FTR's old joints are going to have to go around the world in 80 days to be able to defeat Brodito and be able to secure the AEW Tag Team Championship. Then we have Chris Statlander taking on Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. Do we get 14 belts Moné? Wait, why are you looking like that, TK?
I'm just counting how many matches. I'm like, Jesus.
That'll do that to you.
Give me a marathon.
That'll do that to you. Make sure you get
I'm like, yo,
get a pillow and a blanket just in case you got to.
Oh my goodness.
Will Chris Statlander finally be able to put a W to the column that is Mercedes Moné, or will Mercedes Moné walk out as a 14 belt champion? I have no idea what 14 in Spanish is, so I'm not going to try it. I'm just going to say it 14 in the good old English language, or 14 as we say in the South. But we're going to find out Saturday. And then this guy that be hanging people, again, wish you changed your name. Don't know why you got to be hanging. It makes me very uncomfortable to talk about you. We'll be taking on Sweet Tooth aka Samoa Joe, for the AEW World Championship. Will Samoa Joe be able to call himself a champion when Twisted Metal Season 3 comes out? Or will Hangman still be making me uncomfortable standing at the top of this mountain as the champion? I just keep thinking he's going to come out with a rope one of these days, and that's going to be very problematic. It's going to be very, very problematic for him. But you'll get to see this and probably a whole lot more backstage action on this AEW Full Gear match card. This is happening Saturday. So again, make sure you don't have nothing to do for at least a good 6 hours, because that's how long you will be watching this PLE. And
there's actually 4 more matches too.
Yeah, that's not all of them.
It's 13 total.
That is crazy.
Well, Courtney will be at Full Gear, and I was leaning to do a watch along, but yeah, this is a little this is situational. We'll see. I'll let y'all know about that. And good thing we didn't do a preview, because we don't got time to go through 13 matches. So with that being said, we'll start with you, Victoria. What match are you looking forward to the most?
You know, I'm loving the women lately on AEW. So as weird as it is, that 4-way, I think is going to be really interesting. And I just think they could do some really fun things with some of those women in that match.
And yourself, Will?
I'm ready to see the CEO piss off everybody even more. I just want to see her win the belt so I can tell Kane to shut the fuck up and put some respect on Mazzaro. Because he said, don't none of this count if she don't win the big one. She win the big one, Kane, you can take a bag of Legos and swallow them motherfuckers. And you go accept the reign that is Mercedes Moné. I want shit if she wins. But if she doesn't, I ain't tripping.
If she does it, it's going to be the tragic loss that makes her reevaluate everything.
Once again, but we still talking about it, and that's what makes her the GOAT. I just want to really be able to just throw that in Kane's face. That's really it. But that's the one I'm looking forward to, and I would really like for Samoa Joe to be AEW champion.
I like that.
If not now,
then when?
Yeah.
Said.
The obvious, of course. So we know at that point. I want to see if my client is going to get 14. If she doesn't, what story are we telling from there? I think we're telling a very long story, like I mentioned earlier. But to throw a little curveball, I'm actually looking forward to Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. When I was at Double or Nothing earlier this year, that ambulance match between Ricochet and Briscoe was actually rather fun. So I'm thinking this will be more of that. And Kyle Fletcher's been such a great wrestler this entire calendar year. I'm glad that he's a champion now. And he's usually, on any card that he's on, he's usually a bright spot of just pure pro wrestling. So I'm always looking forward to his matches. That's the one I'll say is at the top of my list, while seeing what we do with Mercedes, as well as where we're going to position that match on the card. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I don't think it'll be the main event. And if we somehow hear it's the main event, you bet your ass Mercedes is winning that damn title. But I want to see if they're going to put something else, maybe like 2 or 3 matches between that and the main event. I'm usually very eyes on like where they position the world title scene for the women on these cards.
Yeah,
what do you think would be the main event?
I didn't hear the question.
What do you think would be the main event?
I think it's always the world championship. Like I think by default, TK always makes it the main event, unless you have like something big, like you have like Blood and Guts, you have Anarchy in the Arena. Like those things usually take precedence, but usually the men's is the main event by default. When Samoa Joe and Hangman's story it's not a bad thing, but I would argue that there's bigger storylines going on.
Yeah, I would definitely say Chris and Mercedes got a better rivalry than Adam and Samoa does at this time.
Yeah, it's a year in the making too. Mm-hmm. Like it's a year ago that Chris lost and things like that. So I mean, I just don't I just don't expect them to make it the main event. If they make Mercedes versus Tony the main event, then I just don't expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of people we didn't expect, she did say she'd see if she could hop on. And it's ironic because this has definitely been a more AEW filled conversation that she hasn't been on. But the PR princess herself, Courtney Rice, is in the building. How are you doing?
Oh, you mute, Courtney.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. But usually it happens during Full Gear weekend. But I'm here. I'm here.
We are just talking about the very long Full Gear lineup that they have. We went through a quick preview. Is there any, and you're going to be in the building, are there any matches that you're looking forward to see?
There's a few matches that I'm definitely looking forward to. The TNT title between Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. I do think it's a good match between them. I'm actually looking forward to see Jon Moxley take on Kyle O'Reilly because I am very happy he's stepping into singles matches. And many people don't know when he was starting in AEW, he had a serious injury. And now he's really starting to be out on his own. He was able to make Jon Moxley submit during Blood and Guts. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly go one-on-one. Obviously, the ladies' matches I'm definitely looking forward to see. And also some of the matches on Tailgate Brawl look pretty entertaining just to kick off the show.
All right. Like I said, definitely looking forward to Mercedes and Chris. It's, considering that she just won ROH, it's going to see how this is all going to play out. And last but not least, Will, can you take us through Triple A preview, please?
What they doing?
They're having a pay-per-view on the same day as Full Gear.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up and get us canceled real quick.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm finna butcher some of these names. All right. We got it's about to be a whole bunch of smoke in the city of wherever they at in Mexico. Get the mariachis ready, get the flags waving, and Maria, make sure you have my burritos hot and fresh in the fall because it's Triple A Aledzas this Saturday, and it's going down. It's a full card. We got the Triple A World Mixed Tag Team Championship match between Ethan and Chelsea Green taking on Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. I know this match is something that the mayor cannot wait to see. Will Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice be able to put a stop to the most dominant Northern champions in the history of histories in this belt? We will also have the dirtiest player in the game, the greatest luchador of all time, the best Mysterio of all time, the greatest Guerrero of all time. The scumbag lord himself, Dominic Mysterio, will be taking on El Grande Americano, the greatest asset from luchador wrestling. The 80-year vet is tagging up with Dominic Mysterio to take on Dragon Lee and that little short dude that like to wear Viking helmets all the time and do a whole bunch of flips. El Hijo del Vikingo. Then we also have, I'm calling her Natty. They say Natalia on here. That's Natty when she over there. Fabio Apache will be taking on El Hydra, and Flamer can't be her name. Flamer really can't be her name. Is that really is? That's really how I go?
Might be pronounced Flammer. Flammer and the Hydra.
Natty and Apache winning. Natty just because of that they win. Because of that. We also have some triple threat action going on as I guess they splitting up the group again because Axiom will be back in singles action along with Javon Evans and Octagon Jr. Just make sure y'all get yourselves one of them airplane neck pillows because you're going to be looking up in the air for most of that match because that's all they're going to be doing is high flies and incredible moves. Then, of course, the crowd favorite La Parca is going to be taking on Galeno Del Mal. No idea who that is, but I know La Parca is going to be bringing all the fun this Saturday on Triple I Alenzas. And then, of course, we got the Los Psycho Circus versus El Hoyo going down. Will the Wyatt Six show up and act like they're going to challenge them for these titles that they have yet to challenge them for? Will it be title for title? Who knows? But what we do know, this is going down the same time as Full Gear. It is a packed Saturday for wrestling fans. So if you want to get your bilingual on, check out AAA's Alenzas along with AEW Full Gear and make sure you get a nap in after you're done with all of this. And if we get canceled, I apologize in advance because no one should have put me on here to talk about Spanish people, knowing I don't know how to pronounce this name.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have an idea. Barring it's you're the best at it and you'll improve. But here's the thing. Will is single at the moment. So if there are any Spanish speaking ladies out there that want to help Will, which is with his Spanish, we can create a whole show, a pop the balloon Spanish version for Will.
This is funny how you trying to get out of the love to Kike. That's funny.
That's just gonna make the spinoff for it to happen now. If mine's is a success, and I find me a nice, incredible senorita that has access to NXT and also will love my fucking annoying ass, like why would we not
have access to NXT? That's the first priority.
Let me tell you something.
The bar's Spanish has access to NXT.
The bar's not that high to impress me. I'm letting you know that now. I'm just letting you know that now. You only gotta say a few things to me that can get this started.
Oh my gosh! Not
like yes, NXT. Wow, yes.
NXT in my house, bet.
Oh my god!
Wow.
But like, how'd y'all meet? She had access to something that I needed. That's what it was. That's exactly what this was.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all can hit up WWT. We can coordinate it, make it happen for you if you want the councilman to be on your couch and, learning stuff. And I'm sure he can teach you some stuff too. With that being said, there you go. With that being said, Will, in addition to that, is there any matches that you're looking forward to seeing or hearing about for AAA?
Always can't wait to see the scumbag and El Grande Americano at work. Man, yo, I just really want to see Lola Vice win some gold, man. Like that's what I want to see. Yeah, like I just really want to see her get a belt, man. She's been doing such good work and stuff. Like I will be honest, she was one of the reasons why I did start watching AAA a little bit more, but just like how comfortable she's gotten being actual in-ring performer wrestling wise. I'm just like, yo, I would love to see it pay off before 2025 ends.
Victoria.
Well, sorry, I'm on the opposite end of that because, of course, it is Chelsea Green. Come on, give her all the gold and let her just roll. But I will say I am excited to see that match just because I do love her and Ethan together. I think they just complement each other and they make they'll just do anything. And I love that. Even though I will say my husband is a Mr. Iguana fan. So, I'm not going to hate on him, even though, La Boo Boo is better than Iguana.
Courtney.
Outside of the mixed.
Wait, who took Victoria?
What is a La Boo Boo anyway? What creature is that? We know what
Iguana.
Ain't nothing but
It's a little.
That's Gizmo in a onesie. I want to hear that.
Oh my God. Gizmo.
Oh my god.
Get it.
Gizmo.
No, he's not looking at it. Like, that's Gizmo in a onesie.
Gizmo.
Oh Lord. All right, Courtney. Who are you looking forward to?
I mean, outside the mixed tag match, I mean, I got to go with the Mr. Dirtbag, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I mean, come on. I mean, right before he faces off with John Cena next weekend, he has a big match this weekend. So very curious. I mean, of course, we'll probably see his daddy lurking, Rey Mysterio probably lurking, but I think Dom will probably have a good match. Very curious after this who's going to be his next opponent for the AAA World Heavyweight title. Always good to see that version of Natty, the low-key legend. So I'm very happy to see the aggressive side of her and just love seeing her wrestle on AAA. I'm just waiting for her to cross over on a WWE programming in the future, but that's something always good to see and just enjoy. Hopefully we do see the Wyatt Six, because the Wyatt Six have been lurking for those tag team titles. So that would be very interesting in the AAA tag team title route, and very curious on what's going to be there moving forward.
I would just like to petition that we start referring to Rey Mysterio as Dominic's stepfather, because of how much of a deadbeat he is. I feel like it's disrespectful to Eddie that we keep calling him his dad, his stepdad. Not even through marriage is who Rey Mysterio is. That's all I want to throw out there with Rey. You ain't even the best Mysterio in your group.
Mayor, who do you have?
Who do I have?
Yeah, what match are you looking for? What match are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Is that a rhetorical question? Is Lola Vice on the card?
Yeah.
Is Big Grande on the card?
Come on,
what are we talking about? Would I rather watch 13 hours of wrestling or over Big Grande? Absolutely not. The greatest export in Lucha Libre and my Saturday is complete.
Oh, so you're gonna do watch a lot in post show?
I'm trying to figure out where you heard that at.
You want me to do it in Spanish?
Sure.
I still got it. I'm gonna see if El Grande Trinidad can join me for the post show.
Oh, I thought you said you had like you're on the street, so I didn't know if you had a mamacita who would help you.
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say that there's options.
Oh. There it is. Now, whether we're going to have a watch along and post show for both or one or none of them, we'll let you know by tomorrow morning. Is there anything that we missed? Oh, happy birthday to Nikki and Brie Bella. Happy birthday to them. Amazing people. We'll see what's going to happen with Nikki and her run. But yeah, happy birthday to them. I think we're good for today.
Did y'all talk about Sheamus already?
Oh yeah, Sheamus is out of the last time is now tournament due to, I believe, a shoulder injury. Don't know if this is legitimate or if it's something else, but this might pave the way for other mysterious entries to come into this tournament. Looking at Joe Hendry, so I'm glad that Sheamus got to get his moment with John on Monday Night Raw, do the 15 knuckle shuffle, things like that. But I thought it was probably a long shot for Sheamus to actually be John's final opponent either way.
We also got another one that could happen. The leader of the Big Back Coalition himself, Obafemi, could step in. Just saying.
Obafemi over Joe Hendry.
Fake TK was kind of coy about Ariel asking him about Edge too. Like, say, oh yeah, Edge is going to be with us not Edge. Adam's going to be with us for a long time, stuff like that. But you never know if these handshake deals, money can be passed around, open up a window. You never know.
Yeah, because that also opens it up to Claudio Castagnoli, especially if it's going the trend of Matt naming all them people, and we got to see them come do their stuff. So I think that'd be something special. I think that'd just be more of a testament to John Cena of like, yo, you can have these kind of deals be made just so people are a part of your final story. But it seems like it's more going to be like this is a line for like Joe Hendry to make his way in.
Right. Speaking of something that you definitely need to make your way to is the Women's Wrestling Archive.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's gonna pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today. Well, there it is. With that being said, Courtney, you're going to have a long day tomorrow, so we'll let you get out first. Where can everybody find you?
They can always find me chirping sporadically on WWT. Make sure to follow WWT because we got Full Gear later in the evening. But tomorrow you can catch me and Honey at the American Mall because ISPW, GCW, they're having a fan fest earlier in the day. We're going to meet with Matt Cardona, Karrion Kross, Scarlett. I'm trying to think of any. Gail Kim was added to the roster. Many more people happening. So it's going to be super, super fun. And we are very excited about the event tomorrow. They, as I said, they can always follow me. And Wednesday, you're going to get a special treat because Thanksgiving Eve, AEW Dynamite will be happening. So you get to spend the night before Thanksgiving with me because they will be releasing the participants for the Continental Classic in Nashville on Thanksgiving Eve. So it's going to be very exciting. Get ready before you think about Thanksgiving or cooking. You get to spend it with me. Make sure to follow me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 for all content. I will post my bold predictions for Full Gear between tonight and early tomorrow morning to give you all the rundown of all the matches as well. And also make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling. Shout outs to them because Natalia was at their Wrestling Collector Store on Tuesday. So shout out to everybody there. And it was a good turnout. They had over 500 people there. So very happy that Natty is making her moves during her book tour.
Victoria, where can everybody find you?
So pretty much on all platforms, you can find me at Victoria Waco. You'll see wrestling, you'll see pageants, you'll see a little bit of everything. You will never see cooking though, because I'm not the cook in my family. I just like to enjoy the food. So sorry, no cooking for me, but all the wrestling and all of the pageant content and just boring like life stuff too. Come hang out with me. I need friends.
And Will, where can everybody find you?
You can find me somewhere. That's my handle. You can find me somewhere. Yeah. Besides my name, Will Ferrer, you can find me there. Just getting a lot of things situated, getting ready for 2026. But you'd always check out Kayfabe on Thursdays. Wait, is Thursday Thanksgiving?
Yes.
We ain't shooting that day. I gotta cook for myself. I'm not cooking for nobody else. I got ham, dressing. I know I'm missing other items, but I will be cooking for myself and watching a Harry Potter marathon and partaking in things I'm not allowed to partake live on camera and whatnot because YouTube doesn't allow it. But yeah, y'all should enjoy y'all holiday. Be thankful. First of all, be thankful for your family. Be thankful that you alive. Be thankful that you got people that you can come watch. Be thankful for Mercedes Moné. Be thankful for TK. Be thankful for TK's body butter and candles. Be thankful for Victoria's dope content that she puts out recapping all of the shows. Be thankful for Courtney calling people wretched little bitches because it just always feels so good when she says it. Be thankful for the mayor holding it down, for Vice City, for the 14-time belt winner Mercedes Moné. That's right, I'm calling it out. We just getting it prepared. And also be thankful for your councilman. You're welcome. That's it.
Thank
and
you,
Dylan
Councilman.
making clips. Thank you, Dylan, always for making clips. And be thankful for y'all being an audience member.
Thank you, Will. Mayor, where can everybody find you?
Cousin Ron beat me to it. I don't want to be found. I don't need your follows or your love or adulation. You can put that elsewhere. What I will take this time to do is to shout out to friend of the show, Kyle Collison, podcast of Kickouts and 3 Counts. Just did a lovely interview with Raven ahead of his movie. I think it's called Nevermore. That's on Prime Video right now. Go check out Kyle's content with Raven. It's pretty dope. Support him. And then if you do want to find me, you can see me somewhere in the building at Survivor Series next week. And there will be a Mercedes Moné article to you coming soon, which I'm sure TK is going to love. I see the black cars outside my apartment right now. I'm going to work on it tonight. Don't worry about that. And we're going to get that out to you very fast.
All right. Well, there it is. Well, thank you so much. I will let you guys know. You guys will see it. So keep it locked to all the social medias, whether we're going to have a full gear and or triple paper watch along and post show. So keep it locked. With that being said, you can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. And thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.